So, uh, we're looking at bridging the trust gap and see what's going on within the multi-agent collaboration and AI systems. What we want to know is how we're gonna do it. So, we have multi-agent AIs working already in systems embedded into SOARs, SIMs, EDRs. Everything is already working on that platform. So, we see a lot of challenges within the transparency and the challenges that we see within security, and how can we trust that that AI gives us the right answers to what we want to see. Okay, so what's exactly a multi-agent AI agent system? Okay, it just a multiple specialized AI models. Think about workers that you have. Each and every one of them is specialized in its own field and has its own course of responding to what you're asking him. The key difference in this is that it's making you, it's more adaptive and it's learning throughout the process and gives you the answers that you need to hear. And we need to see what's going on next with that. So how do we know each agent and what it's doing? Okay, so we need to take more logs. We need to see what actions were taken, how it interacts with inside and with the other agents. Is everything being communicated properly? Do we have anything coming out from the outside? How did he make that decision? How was it made even? Okay, so we need to ensure and see that the AI can explain, the agent can explain us on each phase what is done and what is going to do next. Okay, so why does the transparency matters? Okay, we need to see the auditability. What is auditability? We need to know that in case of a breach or something happens, we can take it step by step and see what went on within that process of breach or what exactly happened there. We want to know that in terms of forensics, the agent was behaving properly as we expected it to behave. It wasn't injected by any other sentences or anything other external to the process itself or to the breach itself to make us, I don't know, more happy about it or just to affect our opinion on this case. Uh, Well, in terms of the framework itself, okay, we have the role-based agent architecture, okay? Each agent has a single purpose and a clear boundaries. If we don't keep those boundaries in place, the agents will go rogue, okay? They will try to please us, as we know, in different AIs that we use. The agents need to have their own boundaries. How do we protect them from getting injected from other agents as well? So we need to separate between the agents, but we still need to make them communicate with each other. Okay, how do they communicate with each other? How do they explain it to each other on the communication that's made? We need to see the transparency about it. Uh, we need to have the explainability hooks, okay? Each agent needs to explain what he's doing exactly. Why did he take that turn? Why is he using it in that sort? The hierarchical oversight is something that we need to take place because we know that the AI agent is not fully trusted. But if we want to fully trust it, we can do it step by step. As we said, with logs, with transparency, with looking and see what was made, what decisions were made. But in terms of high risk cases or incidents, we can take a human resource to overlook at what the AI was giving us. In terms of security layers, we need to make sure that all the security is in place by putting those logs in place, putting that transparency, what he's talking about, who was he communicating with, how did he come to this decision, and so on. So in terms of threat scenarios, we know that there are certain compromised collector agents. We know that you can inject an opinion into an AI agent and make him make a rogue decision or influence anything that's going to be within that compromise that we're looking at. Okay, so when we look at emerged behavior, the emerged behavior occurs when an agent develops new strategies or shortcuts to make his decisions. So when we look at those shortcuts, we understand that he, again, wants to please us, or he was injected by a different opinion from something else. Maybe the attacker put something in that speech of that certain agent and affected his opinion on it. Okay, so shadow communications channels, we see a lot of times, we see AI agents looking to overcome all the securities that we put in place. Why do they do that? They just want to make shortcuts and give us the answers to what we want to hear. So we need to protect those shortcuts as well. We need to ask him again and again, I know what you're doing, I know what you're seeing, but I want the answer to what I asked you. Had a talk here with a colleague about that men's room talk, that it's like a small puppy trying to please you all the time. So we need to put the signals on, we need to see the metadata of what's being made in the background, etc. Well, what happens when the autonomous response agent overreacts? Well, false positive happens. It happens. We see it every time. We see it in SOCs. We see it in source. We see it everywhere. But the most important about it is that it can give us a bad influence on our incident response, on the way that we challenge our SOC, the way that we handle our incident. So if we won't prevent that, we won't have the confidence to use those AIs. We won't be able to use SOC based on AIs. We won't be able to use security tools based on AIs because we won't have that level of confidence within those tools. So when we're looking at what we have here about the future and how SOC will work with multi-agent collaborations, we know that you have to put your trust and transparency in front of everything. So we need to make visibility, we need to make auditability, and we need to put controls in place. If we won't do that, we won't be able to have those concepts, those zero trust concepts embedded within the AI and how it works and how it responds to us. So the human is something that we always want to put, and it always have some kind of overlook or eyes on glass of what's going on within that AI. But we see it from time to time, and right now in systems that we use, we see that you can trust more and more the AI and the agents and how they work, just because you implement those key things that we discussed to make sure that you have everything in place and you have everything working together. We have those separations. We have all the questions that we need to ask the agents, and then we can give a trust level high enough to operate in all this surrounding. Well, thank you, everybody.